What are you carrying there? So big and heavy? What is it?
What? The same as last year. It's finally time for this. Finish it and put things in order, not this shoddy work, but it survived a year.
Hi guys, this is Pavel here, and I'm with Marius, whom you met in the previous episode, where we basically installed or changed. The graphics card's water cooling had some very thick pads. Yes, very thick pads. We fixed it by scraping them off. Great episode. If you haven't seen that episode, we invite you to check it out. Marius also came to my place again today, so that we could replace the 5600X processor, because he plays a lot. We'll share the Discord link below so you can check it out. Feel free to join us.
For a chat.
Absolutely. By the way, I changed my processor to a 5800, which will be... No.
Look.
Oh no, because we have the focus set on the face. So we'll change that. Did the processor wait 6 months?
Well, since November.
Oh, yeah. There was no time.
Because there wasn't.
So we will definitely change the tone and change the water block.
For the processor, there used to be an issue mounting that bracket.
Am I changing the whole water block or just the bracket?
No, just the bracket, not the whole thing.
Just the bracket? We'll change the bracket because last time there wasn't enough pressure. Since there wasn't enough pressure, temperatures were high from the start. I remember when we turned on
the computer and
temperatures hit around 90 degrees before stabilizing. We made some adjustments.
Yeah. Later on, I also tweaked it. I adjusted the height of the pressure plate. And for about a year, it averaged around 40 to 60 degrees under stress during heavy gaming sessions. And let's say it's still, the central processing unit is behind the card, so the card heats up the processor even more. But still.
No problem at all.
Exactly. But first we need to measure the chest, for example, so that we can see the difference between the 5600X processor and the 5800X3D. What real difference will you actually feel yourself? Because after all, we want...
a few frames. We're hoping for a few frames.
Definitely. So first we'll show you how to properly measure and verify, because that's something that not many people know yet, how to actually do it properly. You also never really measured it specifically. You can run a benchmark. However, I'll show you how to do it using a program called CapFrameX. Maybe we won't do it super professionally today, but we'll do 3 runs. I'll show you how to perform aggregation of the data, how we compare it. I'll show you a really great program. Of course, we'll talk more about it. I'll make a video about it someday. Series. Diagnostics. I'm just trying to do it from... The year always brings something new, right? So let's take a look at the computer for now, see how it looks. Not much has changed since the last video.
Thank you for your attention. The graphics card Lego bricks always support the note. Exactly. The problem was tightening this side, because back then we were pushing it with our fingers, but when we tightened it literally one more turn, the temperatures became much more stable. Today we'll change that bracket from underneath, so it will be a change. I hope everything will be as it should be. Yes, that's it. Everything.
Was it 30?
90, yes. There are no problems. At the moment, everything is going ultra smoothly. And the temperatures and the silence in this house, because even though they're running non-stop, it's only at 30-40% speed.
So...
It's completely quiet. We'll start soon.
Oh, we've got a really long cable.
Because it needs a lot of power here, so...
You need long cables, yeah. There you go. Soaking. One shot. And off we go. The air is settling a bit, unfortunately. Oh, pizza. Bubbles are floating. With this moment. But isn't it doing that itself from the air now? When the pump pushes it through, yeah, I see the bomb. We're going up. For now, we're here. Boncha. The fans are already quieting down. Definitely on the target. What do we need to do before starting the benchmarks, Marius? We kill unnecessary processes. Yes, because otherwise if we leave some useless processes running that use the central processing unit, wake it up or whatever, we'll get an uneven frame rate, and there's just no point in making problems for yourself. We simply close what's unnecessary, like any extra launchers we see. If you're using one game, you're measuring just that one game. So what's the best thing to do then? Close all unnecessary processes. Exit. I'm installing the CapFrame X program. You can also run it in the portable version. It has all the same features, but if you're using and measuring on one computer, it's definitely worth using this. And now, first of all, what always annoys me the most is going into the settings. Hop and then turn on dark mode. No. Oh, what a difference. What a difference. And now you go into overlay. Here in overlay, yes, select this. Yes, frame time and frame rate are included to create a history, allowing you to review everything calmly. This is basically the same thing that the overlay from Afterburner does. However, it's very user-friendly, more user-friendly and nicely organized. Right out of the box. But every time you change anything, you have to click that floppy disk, otherwise it will always get deleted. Go to Capture, which is the first tab on the top left. And here select Capture hotkey, F11 is fine, let's go with that. Now, close everything that we don't need and let's launch the game and the benchmark. I'll show you how cool it is. Should I close everything, including MSI? Yes, close it, we won't need it. And the fewer programs running in the background, the better it will always be for us. I don't know, which power options should we leave on? So take a look if it's set to balanced or... Because we were just playing around with the options a moment ago. Power, power. You know, power. New keyboard, new keyboard. That's why it's different. I have a small, elegant one. All right, did you feel the wheel? High performance, maybe we'll keep it. Let's start the game. We'll start with Fortnite. Mainly because it's a very easy game to use for benchmarking. It's a good benchmark since we'll use a replay instead of real gameplay, which we couldn't reproduce exactly the same way each time. First, we need to choose the resolution and settings for the tests. And every time we run these tests, we need to make sure that all the settings are exactly the same, because if they're not, then the whole test is pointless. So, a question for Mariusz: what resolution do you prefer? Which resolution is closest to yours? Or do you even want us to do it in 1080p just to make sure? How much does the processor really change? Because obviously, if we do it in 4K resolution just like this screen is, then the full load will be on the graphics card. Honestly, has the processor changed enough for us to notice much difference? I suggest either 1080p or 1440p. 1440p, that's the closest to your monitor, because you really, well, yes, I have 1440p, but my monitor is ultra-wide. Ultra-wide, so it'll be a bit harder, but we want to realistically compare how it'll be for you, right? I'll even get involved in the test myself, so yeah, for sure. So, yeah, the frame rate should always be unlimited, because otherwise it won't be good. And I would prefer settings that are, let's say, maybe try medium or high. Let's say, well, it is after all a game. It's competitive, so more frames are better. We're measuring the processor, so I'd keep graphics at medium. And since we have an NVIDIA IA card, we'll put DLSS here, because it would be silly not to use it for quality. The settings you choose for yourselves really depend a lot on you. However, I think you'll probably play with DLSS on, whatever the case, because that's what you have NVIDIA IA for, right? DLSS is clearly superior to temporal super resolution or FSR. What's your monitor's refresh rate for medium settings? So, 165. That's why Mariusz needs a better processor to handle 165 frames. Let's see. So the settings are done. I'm launching it now. The game in zero building mode. And the fact that we're playing, you can really play however you want, or if you don't like the game, you don't have to do anything. You can latch on to another user, because you can change the camera in this game. So if you're playing terribly, you can switch to someone else. Someone who plays well. and then we can replicate it. Really measure it. How? They present the results. So the first game, not interesting. Later, we'll try career mode and watch a replay. Mariusz and I are both playing Fortnite for the first time. I'm explaining to him that the main idea is you have to kill everyone. So far, who have I managed to kill? 1. Nothing special, but we're more interested in statistics. Now we can observe that the game is actually quite central processing unit intensive, because with the processor overclocked, we can see it's running at about 60-70% load, which will become more apparent later on. In the benchmarks themselves, like I said, you can only play for a minute or two. We can switch to another person for testing later, so... Well, here for now, just this...
I won't get in.
We're killing time. The graphics card isn't under much load, or not at all. How much is a small percentage?
57, no. 70%, but is 300W good or not also?
320 We're getting closer. 78-81%. So the graphics card is pretty nicely loaded, even though we set the settings to medium, right?
No, actually I can now quickly switch it to something high.
No, because then we'd be measuring it over that period. We'll see if the card will run at full power with the new processor, which is our main focus. I see it differently. It's 1440p, not 1080p. The settings, sure, maybe they're medium, and we also have DLSS here, but although we'll see what the new processor can do. Whatever that new processor is, it will serve us well. No, in such a condition, right? Mariusz doesn't seem interested at all.
I always focus a lot.
Well, very good. I'll tell you, I really didn't like the game until I played it. Together, with family, with a few people, then you can really see it's like a quick escape. Reset. No.
And that's it for Chensty. Lately I haven't done any live streams for about a week, so to speak.
As we mentioned earlier, joining Mariusz's live streams is worthwhile. Unfortunately, the game runs on my 60Hz monitor. That's hard to connect. You need to remove the cover. Watch the full review of the organic light-emitting diode monitor, 230Hz. Here, we didn't run the cables because they wouldn't be enough. You know, it's quite a challenge. Well, you have to get into the spot where it is. Right here, yeah.
Yeah. Because these are battery slots, I get that. It's...
He gets it, okay?
some kind of pop...
Start searching now.
It's where Call of Duty was made, so... I sorted things out a bit. I used to drown 1 to 2 people.
They stayed. Bar played for the first time already. He finished 18th for the first time. How many did you bring in? There were, I think, 4.
54 hats of gold.
Not anymore. Nice. Okay, now they're taking the measurement. Oh.
You've got a sticky badge. Elimination 4. Blackness, 27% weak.
No, the mouse is a gaming one. Show us the mouse. This is the old one. Rappel. 60 refreshes per second, or 40, so this isn't gaming equipment. This is definitely not 60 Hz gaming gear. But we did pretty well. Alright, back to the lobby. And now, my dear, to do a beautiful test. Actually, you enter the career. And now down to the replays. And you choose the replay, and maybe twice, or click open. And now we can finally run a real benchmark. Yeah, pick gameplay over third person. Choose a spot in the middle where someone was taken out. Oh, here, at the end I got 2 extra kills. Let's rewind to before the 12th minute. Okay, and now turn on the benchmark using Ctrl-Alt and Q, but do it when it's the 12th minute. Beautiful. And we wait a minute because in cap frame X we set it to time. The benchmark ran for 60 seconds. We can set it to 60 or 90 seconds, but this type of segment is useful on its own. Oh, Mariusz was taking them down one by one. With that unfortunate little mouse, he was doing pretty well, so now we have open ground, and the problem is in replays stop working after a game update, so it's important to do all desired tests beforehand. within a short period of time, yeah. So Fortnite doesn't have a built-in benchmark, but based on that, we're able to do 3, let's say, runs, or 5 benchmark runs. Yes, and get the average. Well, and later I'll show you how to get the average. Capture finish, rewind before the 12th minute, and rerun the benchmark. We'll collect data 3 times, because every time if something runs there, even a bit earlier. Even earlier. Okay, check it again. Yes, launch 2. Got it. Cool. Alright, maybe half a second later, but we're not doing this for any movie anyway. Someone's being precise with measuring the card, just roughly more or less, but that'll give us good averages. Okay, so we did 3 runs. You can even close it with Alt F4 if you want. Alt F4 maybe, Alt F4. And now you go back to our program. I took some measurements earlier. So how did it look time-wise? 13, 3, 4, 5. You can delete those previous 2. No, please just delete it. No, you can expand it or not. Earlier, delete recordings. Here too, delete recordings. Okay, start my dear analysis. Analyze. Click twice, first then second. Wait, okay, on the second one. Sorry, on comparison. Now start the first, second and third. Just click twice, it works. Right, okay, close. Now, from these 3 passes, could you move the mouse slower? Okay, we have the number of frames shown, right? I always do 5, or at least 3, if we see that 3 such passes are very close to each other. 234 and 7, very close together, but here it diverged quite a bit. 0.2 percentile. Well, it's not that important, but like I said, if this were material for a movie, for a real movie, then we would try to do it in such a way that... My mic fell, one moment. If this were for a real movie, we'd do at least 5 takes and could easily discard one that's very different from the rest. Can we draw any conclusions from that yet? That's how it looks on the old processor. After we change it, we'll see how much it changed. We can aggregate them if you want, to be on aggregation. Did you select all 3 of them? Maybe with Shift it will definitely move to that one. To that one? Yes. And now you can exclude outliers. And we got one more result, which we can label here. Double click on comment again and write aggregation 5600X. So then we have aggregation, which means taking the average from those 3 previous blocks. And this way we'll be able to nicely compare one to the other, and we'll also be able to compare show. If we later go into this whole comparison, we will be able to beautifully compare how it looks on the chart. What about the dish?
Interesting thing. Well, I haven't done that.
Very nice, because back in the day, before this program even existed, you had to calculate everything by hand. It was labor-intensive and unpleasant, but here it is. It just does a lot. The robot itself. What kind of mug are you drinking your coffee from anyway? NZXT Beautiful. And we're just talking like this because we also did a quick test of Assassin's Creed at 1330p resolution on high or medium settings. I think high, because it was still high.
High.
Still kind of on high. However, what I see in Fortnite is that the frame time is... You see how big the spikes are, those single delays. Spikes. We'll see after I change the processor. However, Valhalla already looks much nicer, except for that one big spike. I don't like it here, that's all. These are already data from 3 runs, aggregated from 3 runs of benchmark, and each time in this spot, it's about 100 milliseconds. Something like that. We'll see how it looks later. That really skewed our result. Here, well, we're comparing. All right, let's lay out the equipment. It's time to pour out the water as we slowly take apart the tub. Of course, we brought bowls and some rags, because that might be very, very necessary for us here. To catch the water, to drain all the liquid, well, not water, wrenches and wrenches. Here, Mariusz brought quite a lot of equipment. There's something lying over there, something here too, and the snowman is lying there. Well, then no. Time to let it go. To see...
Oh, but Telecup didn't release it manually.
Another time? No?
Time in case.
Absolutely. These are all rags to throw away. You can...
What are we making more realistic about? But we're talking to the bottle, they're likely annoyed. I don't have a valve or part to release it in 3 places. This is the lowest point at which we live. The katana is flying, no?
Okay, it's flying, it's flying.
It's not flying. It's not flying, it's just building up pressure.
You need to open it up more at the valve. Réservoir.
Réservoir. Okay.
Change the tip. Well, my hands are busy too.
Now. No, you still need to hold it.
Right it.
I'll leave some air.
Well, I started.
And it released beautifully for us, and
It's coming off. And you can hear something from her. Kisses. I think it's coming off beautifully. Well, it's already started to drizzle a bit.
it's sprinkled.
It's sprinkled. Did he just slip?
He slipped. Well, yeah, not somehow on his own, because it's kind of greasy and slippery here, so he gave in on his own. Okay.
Bad little snake.
Good one.
Little snake? What?
Now we'll also take care of your carpet. In case of an emergency, it's never a bad thing. Never, you know?
No, it's best to keep it dry.
That's why. Let's take care of that.
With green liquid or yellow? Yellow? Did you mean Borigo or Pedrigo? Pristin? No. You can buy those at Tesco, but there aren't any in Poland now. No? For now, just these hooks.
Which did it to me by itself, right? Yes.
We need to unscrew it.
We'd need to take the order from the processor.
Page by page.
Oh, a patrol on the side.
And we've already flipped the computer. So it would be better for us. So the access would be better.
Yes, raises at the interface.
Boom, boom.
Exactly, but it's already degraded. This paste is similar.
Did you use that kind of paste here? I just remembered something. But what was it? It's hazy. It was a year, right? You say it's hard? Not hard? It looks bad today. Actually, if you want. I have Ingolid and I have GD. 900 GD, 900-1 GD, 007. I have everything.
We'll figure it out, sir.
Here in this cabinet behind you, yeah.
Repeat it like that. A small towel for the drop, since I need to unscrew the block, right?
We can square it.
There it is. That's it. A drop square, and we're done.
It got heated up? No. Is it from the paste? No, you just wiped it dry, right?
So you'll wash it off and show me.
And do you have the spray mashik? Right, the spray is yours. Now the plan is for us to open this water block on the processor and take a look. From what we saw, the fins were clean, right?
Well, actually, we'll see in a moment. We'll open it up and see what it looks like. It doesn't seem like it, but we opened it a year ago, around April when we first met.
It was just starting to get warm, and now we've just had another winter.
Where did all that time go?
Well, yes, because I have both prices complete, yes, and company, no.
And so that's it, and...
Actually, that bracket was very hard to get.
Crazy.
This one too.
Yeah, I remember. He comes up.
I went there, that's the end.
So where did you buy it? Was it used or what?
Slovakia. Is this the screen you bought?
Crude official, right? Yes. Production. It looks beautiful. That horse has barely gotten dirty in nearly a year, yet people say not to use it. Supposedly.
Well, then no.
Yeah, squeaky clean.
So there's no refusal. There's nothing to do. No, I think it's just some liquid left, you know? Of course. Wait, do you want to blow it out again? Subtitles.
No, it was just water. It's just a little thing. You can't see anything. There's nothing here, no residue. So, yeah, and opening something like this, it's pretty hard, right? But here it's different. Yeah, really it is.
It looks nice.
There's nothing to complain about.
No, a year has passed and you still haven't cleaned this. No.
No. It's just like when we drained it last time, like in the last video, that's how it is. That's how we open it after a year.
And look, it's a colorful liquid. I mean colorful. It has a nice color. It's not just an ordinary clear liquid. Nice color. It looks good, especially when you turn on the backlight, right? Yeah?
Yeah, yes. For example, don't tell me so my eyes don't hurt. Because my computer is on the desk all the time, so... Yeah, we're putting it together. Yeah.
Absolutely. What does this metal plate actually do?
It's like, it somehow... It forces the water to flow that way.
And underneath, between them, yes, so it doesn't go over the top.
Yeah, because here the plastic is made in a special way. It's also somehow separated from this. A little finesse. I don't know, you used to take it out normally. Wait, you used to go for water. Yeah. It's kind of like this. The water is drained, washed, and comes out. And that's why it is like that. In and out, very important. What set us apart?
Exactly. Well, there's a small difference. But no, yeah, well, she has everything after all.
I think the beans will go here. And on top of that.
That's why there was no connection and we couldn't screw it in, right? That's why at that moment, previous material, remember, when?
Takes
We used
these, maybe I won't say it yet.
Weirdos, which wasn't that, but they practically allowed it to operate for a year.
And this bracket fits perfectly now. Let's go.
1, 2, low.
On that one.
Yes, now we'll get ourselves some headphones.
However,
they don't fit. Well,
Exactly, and there was no way to screw it in anymore. That's why we had the tooth last time.
they look almost identical. But those 2 millimeters were gone, yes.
It happens sometimes.
We don't work in places where everything is provided. We just don't. So people don't think that's how it is. It turned out the way it did, but basically everything is still okay.
It'll be fixed in a year, right?
After a year.
This one,
The bracket cost a whole €5. I think I paid 2 for this one, for this gasket. And the shipping was €20. So I paid over 100 zlotys for the shipping and 20 for this. But since I was already shopping, I did it at the same time. As I said, the card goes upright.
riser, exactly.
Riser.
And now, a question for the viewers, yes? Although we'll probably decide ourselves where we prefer the graphics card, where Marius prefers the graphics card. I like it here because it can sit like this, either way. You could also stand it up vertically, but probably not here or at the end. That's why we use this bracket. Another little bracket. It was somewhere.
Oh, here it is.
Yes, there's the bracket. Thanks to this, we'll be able to insert it deeper and the pipes won't go straight into the glass.
This card won't be under strain or hanging. It'll be supported by this.
Exactly. You also said that you have more of these connectors.
Well, we've got everything here. Well,
That's up to how you end it. You can set it upright, since a card always looks good that way.
awesome.
Why don't we normally use it in graphics cards that are normally cooled with air? If fans are too close to the glass, they get no air and temperatures rise. So if temperatures are much higher, then what? Then we have a lower boost. And if we have a lower boost, then what?
Then you get stuttering and other issues and a slight drop in frames per second. It's a disaster.
No, Mariusz. If we have lower frames per second, we lose, and it's not our fault. Yes.
This is all because of these frames per second. Well,
exactly. Are you saying I shouldn't really change the gasket, you know?
You know, there's a ridge here, like they taught me in school. Well, it's different in school, but yeah, there's a ridge. It's below the gasket, so even so, it's still pressed down. So there's a spot where it's not yet, it's only a year old.
Well, as you wish. Now.
Actually, I have, well, wait, usually, you know.
In the automotive industry, the truth is that if we've already opened something and we have a new gasket, then we put in a new gasket because it's already been opened, right? You know, if your car's leaking, that's not such a big deal. This
gasket is worse than that one.
This is original, right? Yes.
Brand new original for this block. Look. It's lower than this edge. Do you see?
Yes, once we get it in focus. If you want, you can use the old one. It still needs to be slightly moistened. Well...
No, it's good. It's moistened. Okay, I put it on wrong. Well, for us, it's kind of a bit... No, it's fitted and good. Wait.
We'll go with the new one, right? Yes. You can keep the old one, just in case.
Yeah, but in any case, it probably won't be like that. Because it's... All right, so what? Are we closing the hole, yeah? Uh-huh, and this is...
Here is the work of a sapper.
I don't remember how I assembled it. It would be good to have a brother, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like when you're messing around.
Yeah, I think it stuck to the water. Yeah, that's right. And now like this. There are two options. I can put it like this. But it should be like this. No, there aren't two options. I just assembled it wrong. This is correct.
So we're securing it. Changing the processor secures the tubes. So that... Oh, right, so nothing flies out. And now nothing will fly out.
Right, if it doesn't dissolve, it won't fly out.
Well, the processor is exposed now.
We need to just a little bit...
I sprayed it with isopropyl alcohol, but you can still do more, or wipe it with this. With sandpaper. Clean it up a little bit.
Thank you for your cooperation.
5600X.
They were for about 3 years.
2 years, I think.
Before that, I had 700. 3700, yes. And
What did you do with the 3700?
I was reading.
But it survived. My 3600X.
No. Unfortunately, 3X, yeah, 3700X. No. Everything works perfectly. My neighbor has one. I mean, when I take this out, there will be that tray. So that I can hide it here, yeah.
Yeah. To keep it,
There won't be any unsealing or opening, but that's already happened.
And you bought the panówka piece, you say, in Poland?
No, here, and...
Here. Here in Ireland. Here in, as always, rainy Ireland.
I'll set this aside for now.
Sure. Well, maybe put it on the table. Go here, do it gently. Where? Legs down? You know what? I'm a little worried about him. I'll move it somewhere else. Oh, it'll be safer over there.
Well, now. A little triangle.
And there, a little triangle.
So you go here like this.
brand new, never used. I'll give you this processor. Now you can keep it.
But did you notice that there's this little symbol?
This kind of symbol.
It's here too. I didn't notice that it's here.
We've changed the processor and are also replacing the back bracket. We're slowly looking for the right height of the legs. It's inserted there. Next step. We're at the stage where we didn't really have the original legs. Here, Mariusz suggested something. I think it's from the AM3 or maybe even older to create something like this. He put together these wonders. So we'll have pressure on the spring. This is really something strange, but it's going to look nice. The spring will press the bracket for the cooler or maybe for the block. Here we also have a small black plastic washer that will help us.
Look at how it looks in the original.
Well, just like in the original. Here we'll have a nice pressure because right now there's about 3 mm of space for the processor. Between the processor and our whole stress reliever, the entire block. However, it's currently 3 mm too low, so the spring will take care of that. We'll tighten it gently and hope that it'll be just as it should be. Right? No, you check how it should be. Better pressure, stronger pressure, that's better, right?
As long as you don't push it through, yeah.
Exactly. Let's hope it doesn't go through, but we're confident we know what we're doing, right?
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
What are we doing? How do you unscrew it? Thermal paste with pliers.
How?
If something squeezes out that piece, if it's dried out, if you have a cloth, you can remove it.
That old geezer, some dried up guy.
Uh-huh. Because it always dries up at the end. Even with a cap, there's no company.
So, what are we doing? No?
As you like. I always stretch by myself. I use a spatula, yeah? Me too. That works for me. I just squeeze out a piece. Then we spread it out, okay? Stretching. In a way. Everyone has a different style, I see.
No, because here the frame was in my way and I couldn't pull it from...
This side. I remember now, I like that paste because it stretched. It stretches like I won't say what, but it's also really dry. Really, really dry.
Well, it's not turning out well. That was too little.
Now you've overdone it.
There will be some left for...
You can always squeeze out the rest. It's better to give too much than too little. Such pulling, such pulling. RAM, for me, it's a bit messed up, but honestly, even if you mess up applying the paste, so what? Let it go.
Now I'll wash it and start over.
Half a degree worse. And we made the decision that this paste is, show it again. This paste is as dry as a chip. It just crumbles on its own after being applied. It's not something you can spread nicely. Is it just old, or is this type meant to be like that? No.
No, I bought it a year ago when we were building this computer.
Really? Was it new?
Yes, a year ago.
I thought she had it, like 10 years earlier, right? No, yeah, I see you're thrifty, and you have so much equipment.
I bought those thermal pads and that paste back then.
I get it. No, I mean, maybe it wouldn't be bad, but even the way we spread it right now. No, it's already clean. There's no company. So we'll pick something from my shelf. Whatever you prefer here. Here we have some paste.
What does the house offer? Look.
I have this terrible Silicone Master Gel Pro.
You recommend it, sir.
One of those Cooler Masters worked great for hotter Ryzen CPUs. GD 900-1 wasn't bad either. 007 spreads really well. You know what? Or just what everyone likes, which is Gelida, but whatever you prefer. So the decision basically goes to Gelida, because it always works. It always works best. Come on. They even have a proper scoop for it there. One fell down here for me too.
And there's a proper scoop here too. Uh-huh.
Yeah, a scoop like that. I'm not sure. It's easy to put down. No.
Now it's your turn.
What? Me? Show me what you want. Good.
All right, the manager is working.
The manager is supposed to work. Now my hands will be shaking. Actually, it's bothering my arms.
Around here, it was puffing beautifully. Close up.
Look,
No, that frame is still in the way.
But also that spatula is quite
Flexible.
flexible, and there you can, well, that'll even out in a moment. Look, just a little bit more. Such a big box. I have that toothpaste. This whole little box is probably from 5 years, maybe 8, since the beginning of the channel, more or less. And, come on, of all things, this is the creepypasta that, if you don't want to mess around with anything for the next, I'm not even saying a year, because it's more than that. In my opinion, it's always that kind of paste, that kind of must-have. You can always trust it. I'll try a different approach here by the frame.
What, did you want to swap something out?
No, maybe like this. I mean, all of these points, they're thermal, closer to the center.
This spot is especially warm.
I mean, especially warm. Here you have lower gauges, so an increased amount. Memory of the groats, somehow. No, that's not it.
It's a real mess right here.
You know what? It's starting to get a bit sloppy, because honestly, there's no good way to approach this.
Taking out this RAM might be easier. Now you'll be able to pull it to the left more precisely.
I see it didn't go well here. Let's smooth it out now. Well, someone actually wants to mess around with this. See? High memory.
No. Smeared like...
Wait, because now I have it from a different angle. It was like this, yes.
Do I remember correctly? Yes. Do I remember? Yes.
Yes, we'll lower it. As well as possible, as best as we can. Okay, it's settled nicely. Where are those little screws? I hope it stays together. Now I think that with this washer, maybe those washers aren't needed because it's already pressing too hard, you know?
all right.
For now, I'll take it off.
The washer off. I also have a smaller spring. But if we check, this one is actually original. Look.
And now it is. It caught gently.
For me, these screws are original, used in these. Okay, all right.
I had it covered under the camera.
We'll figure it out from the other side.
The left hand is less agile. Alright, I'd say it's okay. If you want, we can actually try with these now. With those black pads, I realized I already have to press very hard.
You know, don't do it. It's cool, no worries.
Alright, that's not it. It's leaning against the metal anyway, so there shouldn't be a problem there.
And that's the point, that these springs will actually even out the difference in pressure more. Yes.
Yes. And
A little here, a little there.
I'm running out of this too. 2 moves here. And us, no. And that's it, once and that's it. So it was pretty even. He kind of sways from side to side on those springs, notice. No. He's being pulled, right? Well, we'll check. Someone will come out. This...
Is the quint over already? Yeah.
Would you like more?
No, we'll disconnect more. No, it's nice. It swings a little on those with those, but you can't move it. Yes.
Because it just swings. No,
You can't move it.
that's all, right? We've already switched places.
We screw this little pipe in right away. Oh.
Uh,
You see, someone wasn't. Somehow he was different, right? Look, I haven't even peeled off the sticker yet.
it's a nice sticker. Just leave it on.
But no, it's, you know, a protective one.
If you want, you can take it off since it's just for the logo. Keeping the nice writing is good, but it looked fine either way. Beautiful. Yeah. No,
There's still one more layer of film.
then don't take that one off. Although, now that you've touched it, it looks even worse. It looked better in the blue one.
It matched the color of my shirt, right?
Exactly, yeah. Okay, so now this. And what about the card anyway? What's the plan finally? Well,
Right, it's about to be sent.
because the outflow from the processor goes straight to the radiator, it's all good. I can hold it one-handed if you want.
No. So for now, I'll put it on.
But refilling the fluid will just create more work, no?
No, we're not refilling the fluid yet. First, we'll unscrew the card and check how to set it up.
Aha, to see how it looks.
To see what the situation with these tubes will be.
Okay, I'll set the camera down so we can set it up. It weighs 27 kilograms, right?
The casing weighs 27.5 kilos.
And a liter of fluid.
We got tired, we carried it in turns.
Well, yes, because it's glass, and
Everything. It wasn't that far at all.
for a moment we grabbed the graphics card, just for a second. There's nothing to be afraid of there. Lego is holding it up, so it won't rip out the slot. And we decided that basically we liked how it looked. Here, however, we need a 90-degree connector. As you can see, the 90-degree one is already here.
And
There, what you'll see after zooming in, well, of course, this tube will probably go to the trash, right? Because after being bent like that...
yes, I have new ones. I brought them, yes.
Sure,
Probably need a shorter one.
there should be. At least 145 would be useful from the card, and you say you don't have any more 45s, so we have to take the 45-degree elbow from the processor. We'll use a straight one here since we have space, so it won't be a problem. We'll use a 45 from the graphics card and put it here.
3 more 90s.
3 90s for the processor. No, a 90 for us here. It won't really do. So we'll have to swipe that 45.
We'll figure something out before I hang up.
It's worth protecting yourself so it doesn't leak, well,
Exactly, that's right.
because coolant, no matter what kind it is,
Every man should know about this. Right. Maybe that will be enough. No.
I think that's the right length. The length, it's okay. Actually, we could go with 90 degrees then. Exactly, so it goes lower, then we can tension it better. Or adjust the length. I'll be checking in. Thanks. More from this side. No. Just honestly, no, I kind of like it now. Yeah, I don't really like it, but what would you say about this solution?
Screw it in from the back and run the hose from there.
No, you know what? So that the 90-degree fitting comes out straight like this. It slopes down gently. Here, add a 90-degree fitting upward. And put it here like this, so that it comes out this way. So you have a little corner like this.
I think we should turn it to the back. And then maybe it will go backwards.
No. If it's possible, then sure. And I think it is possible.
It is possible. Everything is possible.
All right then, let's do it. So yeah, we took the card out a bit. We had to do it with 2 people. Because something might leak out of it. So 4 hands were needed.
Oh, that little drop right there. Somewhere something. That's the worst, those little drops.
So the entrance will be from behind the card and the exit will be behind the card, so we can reveal it nicely. What we want to reveal.
We may need to replace that hose too, since it could be too short to fit behind there. Because the power supply comes from underneath, right? So the whole thing comes in. Referral component into Express.
We'll see. I mean, unless the hose itself will go that way right away.
This one also needs to be changed, right? Would we change it on the processor too? We can take it from here. We can use a simple one for this. Upwards, and it will bend nicely there.
If you think so, then, but...
We can take it at 45, right?
Exactly, yeah.
The most important thing is to seal it, so nothing leaks out through any hole. And the more holes are open, the more... it's harder to control them. Nothing, everything is...
Great, turn it, turn it.
Oh, a palace on an open heart. All right, now like this.
Oh, let's turn it.
So it's behind the card. Oh, look, that's exactly where it's from, yeah.
Liquid.
Do you want...
To drain it?
Um,
It'll be hard now, right?
yeah. All right, we'll think of something. Okay, calm down. We'd need to lift the card, plug them in, and screw it in.
All right, I'll put the camera down for a moment. There's a lot going on. We spent around 15-20 minutes here, not exactly fighting, but trying both lower and higher. Initially, the card was supposed to go one slot, one bracket lower, but we decided that since we already connected the input and output, or just the input was on this side, we connected it from this side. It doesn't bother us for it to be closer to the glass. So we placed the reservoir facing this way, facing more in this direction. It goes at the back, so it won't get in our way like before, and it won't block the card. It'll just look nice from this side. Here we tried a few things. We tried to use a right angle fitting, I think, but it was too short. Benjik, although we could have cut it to size, but after trying different options, this seemed to work best. And now there's a right angle here. Sorry, there's a 90-degree angle like this, and there will be a nice bend to the processor. Yeah, I missed something, yeah.
It'll work out. It'll be done. All we need now is the C.
I'll give it to you. And the knife, it's lying right here.
Oh, see? Oh, damn.
I was about to show off how well I set up behind the monitors. No one will ever see it because I usually put the camera over there, and here there are such wonders.
Let's just say from now on, working behind the scenes.
You can see how everything looks. This side is a different angle than usual. Yeah, the flower is placed very strangely, but yeah.
This won't be easy.
I can give you a better knife if you want.
Definitely.
It's one of those from, Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
It's meant to look good, but it still cuts.
It doesn't cut? Nope.
Oh god, yeah.
Do you want scissors?
Scissors would work to cut it evenly, right?
Here you go.
It just looks nice.
The stamp.
Oh, there they are.
Scissors.
Now we'll put it together.
And you can't close it, so...
I'll figure it out in a moment.
Uh-huh. I wonder if you'll manage. It's one of those AliExpress knives, just 2 or 2.50 euros.
Yeah, it cuts like a cheap knife.
2.50 euros, yeah? And this one, God, in the poorhouse, in Zlotus. No, open it. Open it, sir. Well, something.
Something in this direction.
Beautiful. Oh, you see? Intelligence 180?
Intelligence quotient. International Organization for Standardization.
I don't know. International Organization for Standardization. Oh, the International Organization for Standardization standard?
No.
Then I don't know. Well, I don't know about things like that.
That's standard, but... The Poles introduced the International Organization for Standardization standard.
Who?
The Poles.
Oh, no. I haven't seen that.
Because of that, you won't have a drink?
International Organization for Standardization. A kind of standard. Huh? Well, it's a bit dirty. Dirty work. We already have coolant on our fingers. Just wash your hands and don't lick your fingers yet.
Exactly, just like that. That's how it is. Like...
Do you like it there?
Exactly. Well, I don't know. Theoretically, I could move him a bit here. Move him a bit. Okay, let's try.
Yeah, Benjiku.
It is. So that...
I'll even stand like this.
Fortunately, these are not those hard hoses.
So...
The main thing is just to make sure it's even, and the rest we can press down.
So, the most important moment is pressing it in.
Well, this... Wait, still.
Oh, right, the cap. That'll come in handy.
No, that won't look good because I'll get lost. Ouch.
Or what the... Why does it fold poorly in the middle? Is it too long?
Maybe it's too long. Let's try one that's half a centimeter shorter. We'll have to screw in the 45 again since we moved the board.
We're cutting off a little, about half a centimeter. Maybe it won't bend at the spot where it wants to bend.
All right, let's try. Technically, we're putting it on nicely, but I don't want to cooperate.
Well, there's not much room for that. So what?
Well, that's better.
See? 2 heads are better than 1. Well, what can I do? I can't turn it off, can I? How? Well, this angle is nicer. No.
I've already given in.
I think it'll do the job. That's how it's going to look.
Okay, all right, let's check if everything is tightened up. We're pouring in the fluid, and then...
And we'll start the pump briefly to bleed it.
So we'll be back with you in a second, okay? This is a bit loose, kind of.
What's loose there? This? Yeah, see?
That's strange, because we just didn't unscrew it.
No, we didn't touch it. Yes, I know why it got loose. We'll set up the booth and watch. The corner is ready. Now we're going to add the fluid. And look at how it looks here.
From the back.
Exactly, from the sacristy.
You know what? Have you seen those new fans that connect with magnets and have red, green, blue, and power?
Was that Corsair?
After connecting, yes, Corsair. You have just one power and one red, green, blue cable coming out from the side. And here each fan has 2 cables coming out. Connecting all that is a nightmare.
This is what a streamer's computer looks like.
As I mentioned, there are 8 fans, 4 in front and 4 in back.
Because this is that little sandwich.
Yeah, these aren't any glowing ones.
In the front, we have 2 120S and 3 140S.
And these are 40s actually, yeah.
And here are 3 140s pulling air out, yes? Well, these pull some air out and those pull air out too.
You know, I wouldn't be lying if I said that your car and my car together have less fan power on the radiator than this computer, right?
But they only run at 20% or 30%?
Yeah, but...
We're counting. We launched the game.
And it's quiet, yeah.
There was no difference whether it was working in the office on YouTube or working, let's say, under full load.
While gaming, yes. The graphics card will work a bit harder with this processor, but we'll see soon if it turns on. Because first of all, the processor is brand new, so in theory it should work.
Razer
is brand new. Razer is new, but the last one didn't work either. It's brand new, right?
Yeah, there are supposedly some standards.
So if we don't have a picture,
then we'll
be wondering what's wrong.
All right, there
We're slightly missing some herring.
Oh, look how beautiful. You don't need to spend millions on bottles when you can make your own.
Uh-huh.
But it is still definitely... Pouring the liquid is definitely safer than Pelagic, because it gets airlocked there, it bubbles.
Here, at most, the bottle will hold it back. We'll fill the whole reservoir. We'll start it up.
So, a little hose, Well then.
Now we'll start it up briefly. We're connecting the pump, even though it's a 6-volt one. Let's see if it starts.
And it won't start.
And it doesn't work. 6 Lotus is probably not enough. If you want, I have a multimeter. We can check if there's voltage there.
We'll cut that part out.
Yeah, we'll cut that part out. Or we'll put it together. We're trying another one. 12. This is a 12-volt one, right? We're trying. Yeah, it's bubbling. It's bubbling. It's bubbling. It was going nicely. Okay, slowly connect it. It's not as fast as before, since last time it instantly pulled everything in, right? We can see some leaks.
Right, I'll pause, add a bit more so it doesn't suck in air. And also,
Refill with fluid. Well, now that's really starting to please the eyes.
nope. It's also today. It's a completely different time of day, and you're not as tired as last time when we were together, when we were fighting.
Yeah, because it was already...
Late that.
We were?
There was stress at the first meeting as we got to know each other, so it was different from now.
Uh-huh.
A few times we managed to meet somewhere in the meantime. To talk. To cooperate, something like that.
More. Well, this power supply is much nicer for bleeding, you know? Alive.
But it's overflowing, isn't it?
Well, it doesn't go through all the movies, I see. What do you think? We'll likely need to move everything, right?
Yeah, but look, it's pouring such a small amount of this liquid here. Right, does it mix in some other way? Maybe the pressure isn't strong enough, so it's overflowing.
I wonder what it looks like from the other side. There's no way to take a look, right? Maybe through a gap or with a phone.
That's right. It's probably going to be the main part. To be presented?
Yeah, now we just need to even it out. Well, it would be best, Marish, if we could flip it over, yeah?
First, I'll screw everything in, yes. I'll pour it in, since it has to go there anyway.
So that's all.
How much will go in? How much can you fit? Well, right now there's a lot of space on the card. Well,
Definitely still enough for
on the processor.
the worst. Let's try.
To take a look with the zoom.
The worst part is the radiator. It needs to be bled. All right, I'll take this plug.
She's not succeeding at anything. But the pressure is really low. It's probably, well, yeah, because that's my power supply, right? Was it a 1 amp one?
1 amp.
12 watts? Come on.
The air here is already getting better.
Buju, it's collecting.
As long as I can find the table.
Something is pulling. I saw bubbles rise. All right, I'll put the camera down. Let's give it a shake. We figured that the power supply we had there, 1 amp, 12 volts, wasn't very strong, and we only managed to bleed that much air out by shaking it like that.
Volt or 12 volts? Input. All right, this one.
What input does it have?
15 feet. Maximum lifting.
15 feet of pushes, pressure. Okay, so for now everything is connected. I'll turn on the monitor. Okay, Zd.
With a finger on this.
And it's still at 0, right?
Yeah, the LED lights. Okay.
The pressure is getting a bit stronger. Over there, it's about to pull in the rag. Wait a bit more. That's good. It's working.
I'll increase the pressure a bit in a moment, yeah. Unless maybe the flow is just lower than, well.
It caught, didn't it? Yeah, it looks nice and colorful. However, the monitor won't turn on. Does it take that long to turn on?
Changing the processor.
Yeah, that's true.
The basic input-output system has to handle it.
It's alive.
That's it. All right, that's
it, as you wish. Wow, that's strong wind. It's even blowing the hair on my arm over here.
a meter away from the back.
You can feel it here. It's blowing normally. These fans are extreme, especially this one because it's a 14, right? It's just starting up. Well, I think that with this venting, we'll have to probably put this card down, right? And in the special purpose acquisition company. Yeah, there's a condition.
So the second time.
Yeah, because of that, memories are being trained.
Yeah, but it's up. The monitor is on. That's already a good sign.
Uh-huh. Do you want to refill again? No.
These fans always scare me like that.
It's good that they're spinning like this, not as strong and fast as they could, okay? That's where the profile launches. Watching is helpful. The processor works, which matters. Oh, it just sped up. Okay. Why did it speed up? I think it might be the temperature, but I can see it here. The orange one shows your processor's temperature, right?
I see.
That's the second graphics card.
This is the processor. 3.2. This is the graphics card.
Does the processor have 70? No.
Yes, 70, yeah.
No, come on. Just find it with the mouse. Because that's too high a temperature, although...
55. 54. Mon ami. Well, you know, that's also...
Everything was loading at first, right?
I'm already unanswered. Can you tell me what's there? Look, the top is half empty.
Well, maybe that's why. All right, I think maybe we should turn it off and give it a stir. That's why the temperature might also be higher, since the liquid doesn't fill the entire space of the block.
He's not answering. He's not answering.
Wait just a moment. We'll set the focus by hand. Yeah, you can see it now. Let's turn it off. Heating half is pointless. The processor. What's happening, Mariusz? The pump.
Has volume control. It was running on 3, now we're setting it to 5 and...
And I missed a few bubbles, but it started spitting them out beautifully, and they're going through there too. The bubbles are flowing. Not much, but it's starting. You can see the cards venting air, and now it's clear that half the processor is actually empty, right? Unfortunately, just a moment, the focus.
Everything's screwed in so we can lay it on its back.
Yes, I would be inlet.
Everything will vent nicely.
The bubbles are now forming on their own. Wait, I'll...
Tilt it and you can just... Yeah, you can. Maybe not all the way back, but at least to a 45-degree angle.
Thanks. The reservoir also shows something is happening. No, just so the card doesn't get lost. I heard some bubbling sounds. Huh? The microphones probably didn't catch that, but maybe it's also coming out of the radiator, because what we see here through the plexiglass, what we see here, well, it's getting more and more. The main issue is getting the air out, right? Oh, hold it like that. Hold it. They're coming out. Huge amounts. Beautiful. All right. Never mind. Just paper. You know what? When you had it tilted like that, this part complemented it nicely. Like pushing out that bomb. I'll tilt it.
The other way, let's see.
No. Okay, there? Well, something flew out beautifully. A little more to the front, a little. To get rid of it, right? Yeah?
I'm trying somehow.
But the processor is already full. More. You see now there's only some left at the top.
Damn, how many combinations are there, huh?
With conventional cooling, you just install Connect and it works.
There's still a bit left on top of the processor. A bubble, still.
Yeah. Now it's backwards.
Almost flat, more. Yeah. Oh, then we get it. Then the bubbles will just collect elsewhere, right?
You know, well then...
A few...
It will be vented for a few days.
Yes? No.
Not a few days, but a few hours.
Just leave it on full. How are you doing that on a running computer?
I'm tinkering. If you hadn't forgotten about that screw, then...
What? No, the cap got lost, and then it was found. Yeah, that's why we're trying to put it in and screw it in now. It would be best to take out the card. But we kind of don't want to do that. Because why? That's a lot of work. Right? Okay, the fans are calibrating. We've already drained most of it, right? We did it, ate after a while, and by then only one tiny bubble remained here. There's a little space left, but most is already covered. Some has gone down, but there's likely still some left in the radiator. As Mariusz says, it should decrease after a few days. The rest should go down.
A few starts.
The processor works, we can fully load it, but just like we're talking here, the Ryzen 5000 of course easily reaches 90 degrees. I'm not entirely convinced if the pressure is right in that part. They're screwed in all the way, but if we added those supports, it might press a bit harder, but...
But it doesn't move.
No, it doesn't move. We went into the basic input-output system, enabled the extreme memory profile, because after replacing the processor, it reset. And we set the whole precision boost overdrive from auto to advanced and enabled curve optimizer for a mild undervolt at 10. We'll see how it performs now, what clock speeds will be maintained under load, and what the temperatures will be. At first we were worried about the car itself, just the fact of what the temperatures were. Back then they were around 50, 60, 70 degrees. However, we turned on precision boost overdrive and set the offset curve to -15. Thanks to that, in Cinebench we have the same score, the same result, which is around 14,300 points. Earlier it was 14,300, I think.
No.
Something like that. However, the temperatures under full load on all cores were around 85 degrees. Alright, the default thermal design power is
105W?
105W for this processor. Yes, that's why temperatures can hit max boost clock.
They heat up. They really heat up, man.
Well, and we're thinking, if we still want to mess around in the basic input-output system because we could optimize it.
No, for now we'll leave it since the thermal paste needs to settle. That's a satisfying result since these processors get hot. Now, in Windows idle mode, it's about 40 degrees. But you turned it on, everything was at 100%. Yeah, did you hear that, computer?
No, so we'll do a game benchmark and compare.
I know there's 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 16 fans. Well,
yeah, 16.
Fans, but they're running almost at minimum.
Let's launch the game now and finish optimization later, so please have a seat. Thanks. You can start it. So we tested the game, we saw that Assassin's Creed already has a bit more frames. I don't remember, 5 or 10 more on average. However, we noticed that the processor is at 79 degrees and the graphics card at 70. And Mariusz noticed that something started to hiss, and it was hissing around the processor area, and he barely caught it. The moment when one of the feet slipped. Even though everything was tightened. And water splashed, liquid splashed on us. So we're under a bit of stress. Thanks for watching. I'm stressed, but Mariusz is even more so.
Much more.
You have to wipe it. I took it out, turned off the switch. You can still take it out in case something spills there. Immediately.
See, that rod would bother you.
And the reason for that could be that warmer fluids mean higher pressure. That too. It also slips. The only question is why. Go ahead, show me. I'll catch it. It's starting to come out gently. Just the hose, but we lifted the pump, right? You set it up normally, right?
Uh-huh.
But would it really create that much pressure? I don't think so. That's what the screw caps are for. On this, we twisted it. You can take it off. Quick update. The bleeder was already closed here and the temperature has risen. We made a fan so it wouldn't be so loud, and we tested it. It uses 350 watts, and the processor has over 105. At maximum power consumption, the liquid warmed up, causing pressure to rise, because the vent was already fully closed, because we were practically finishing the job. Yes, and Mariusz needs to carry the computer to the car, so you close it. But you say that the vent was always closed, and the pressure never increased so much that it would blow out the closed tube. But here, there was also the issue that, because it's a very short distance between the graphics card and the processor, here...
Is this?
Razor, do you want me to help you take it off?
Yes. Because it's wet? Wait, I'll unclip it better from this side.
From this side, yeah. Don't show the karateka in public.
Weak. Overall, generally very weak.
We're using a blue light to make the liquid easier to see. We're also using a small pump I use to clean the camera lens.
Some of that liquid just sprayed onto the processor power section, onto the whole input-output shield, and now it's just a mess.
Now it's just over. All right.
Maybe snakes are kind of special that they give in a little...
So we spray and bam, and we dry. And at this point, Mariusz is asking what to do, whether to connect it or maybe leave it for a while, for a few days, and blow it out with a compressor at a gas station.
I have a compressor, so that's fine. Yeah, you do.
Uh-huh. Because it leaked there more precisely, where the 8-pin is on...
Here, from this hose that way. Hose. Also to the processor power section, right?
Exactly, to the power section, that's the one. The 8-pin is pulled out, let me focus. Yes, now it's in focus. Here it's pulled out, but it's already been cleaned. A lot also got underneath. Audio processor. That one has also been thoroughly sprayed with isopropyl alcohol and dried. I'm listening here.
This one is wet right now. And here I'm sticking it on before the trumpet.
Uh-huh. Such beautiful work.
And I was already at home.
Exactly, with 1 foot. The Assassin's tests are done. Only a bit of Fortnite was supposed to be left. So, your computer doesn't like Assassin, but it likes Fortnite. No!
I like it. We don't like it, but we also don't dislike it. We're trying, we're starting, and at most with a new motherboard.
Drying this? Just like Mariusz says, you can't really dry it out because it doesn't evaporate on its own. If anything, you can push out that coolant. With pressure. Somehow with a little compressor. Basically everything was already nicely sprayed, blown out and dried. There we can see a bit of sweat. 2 at a time rhyming, but that was sprayed too, right?
Everything was sprayed, yeah.
Well, it's up to you. If you want, we can start. If not, then just listen. So what? Can't afford it? A motherboard? What's that, 150 euros a motherboard? Yeah.
What's that, half a day's pay? What, maybe 3 hours?
Ah, you see, 3 hours pay for... Well, then you'll buy a better motherboard, because I've been telling Mariusz from the start that this motherboard...
Just to prevent something else from breaking immediately.
It'd be worse if the graphics card broke.
Yeah, the card is 1,000, right?
Yeah, mostly the card.
The Pro 6300 card.
No.
We're talking about euros all the time, yes.
That's right.
Not about zlotys.
Exactly, we're talking about euros. As you think, well, what could be taken out was taken out, right? There wasn't that much of it either. We dried as much as we could, wiped what we could, and now we're trying to put everything back together and start it up. For now, we won't connect the graphics card. If the motherboard fries, it fries. We don't want to change the processor either.
People had many opinions, so I'll get a new one. What are your thoughts?
Oh, right. We're installing pipes. At that moment, I was menu.
At 45 degrees, because here...
So I cleaned it. I figured it's probably better to clean them from the collars and the floor, because if this fluid is so greasy, maybe it was dry, but its greasiness just makes it slippery. I see it's hard for you to reach that. Exactly. And we gave you a new tube, a longer tube, which will push out more, and you also give it an angle. You don't give it a 45-degree angle there, right?
I do, yeah.
You do? So you turn it then? Yes.
I'm turning this 90.
Okay, so there won't be a riser now. And we're connecting the power to the graphics card. We just hung it up so that the airflow would be the way it should be. We have extra fluid, the tube is new, and it will be 45 degrees here.
But I don't have a 45. No.
It was so dark, right?
No, but look how it turned out. That's not the angle either.
Uh-huh. Maybe it pushed them all out. It's worth checking. So we're cleaning for rivers and fishing. Then it shouldn't be sliding off from the dry part like that. I cleaned that one, but it won't hurt it. Exactly, those river horses, all right?
This track is already too long. It was the shorter one I used to cut earlier.
The gates are lost. This is new.
Here it is.
Longer.
This one is shorter, just shorter, because now 45, right?
Uh-huh. Inside. It's worth cleaning. And those original fluids, the ones from PC Master, that's what it's called. The typical computer ones are also as greasy as the automotive ones.
I didn't have any.
You didn't have any. Because this one here for the pump is safe, right?
It's theoretically non-conductive, so it's also safe.
So
That's why we decided to put it together.
the tension in this one right here. Ah, I've got a beautiful edge on this side. It won't be too short.
Just right?
No?
No, like from the meadow.
Uh-huh, well now, yes.
But Papazu...
He's slipping out of this, right?
No. This one.
Unless this cap is just really bad.
No, come on, everything was working before. On those little hoses.
Right, so why are those hoses coming off so easily now?
Because, for example, from this one, look.
You can't pull it out, see?
The hoses you mean? With this original hose, this is the original side.
The tube,
Well, it shouldn't be like that.
All right. There are nice new connectors, but I'm using my original ones. A few years ago.
It makes sense.
They are...
kind of twisted all the way to the end. If you can gently remove it with your fingers at a slight angle. If it came here, I'm not sure of the exact pressure, but it's not that much, nothing to exaggerate. So it pushed it out. That's why I didn't let go, because it's your old one, right? Yeah, those are my old ones. Old. This is old.
Yeah, just these 3 new ones. 4.
New ones from IKEA.
A new original one from IKEA.
So you want to say something to the IKEA specialists? That sure, we could have a lower temperature, we could turn up the fans on the radiator a bit more. We could unscrew the air vent and just let it run like that, but the truth is, it's old. It stays in, and you can't remove the old one by hand. You can pull on it, the computer might be able to lift it, but here it was enough. It slides out easily when tilted sideways. There were heat sinks on it.
Mine, although I'm pressing it now.
With my fingers. But oh,
Resistance.
show, look,
And it won't work.
watch.
And those? I barely moved it and he came.
Once again a test. Show me. These are old meadows. You pull this.
I'm pulling. Just turn it on already.
The hose is already coming loose. Not the connection, no.
And here?
And on that one, we'll do it anyway. Watch now, we'll show you in a moment. You'll see, you can take it off. What a contraption. What a piece of junk.
New items from the United Kingdom. Look, there's more. Wait, here. Where do I have it?
It's not the hose's fault. All hoses are the same. Were they dirty in this?
Here you go. Maybe so.
They were a little from IKEA.
IKEA. I bought the originals from them.
Oh, damn. They look nice and shine beautifully.
Flipping it over is harder than the other one.
Okay, show those new connectors again, like this. This is the new connector from IKEA. Yes. And what's happening? Mariusz is putting it on. I'll zoom in. Wait a moment. Setting manual focus. Okay, done.
The very end.
Yes, I put it all the way in. Twisted for fire. And at the moment? And then you take it off.
Yes, and the old one? Not that easy.
You can't take off the old one. Look, you'll damage the whole tube first. Yeah.
It came off, but look how much I had to do.
Okay, tear it off. Yeah. So, we're totally disappointed by many things today. But one thing we know is that we actually did everything pretty much correctly. These connections are completely useless, and honestly, I can't say it any other way. It just shouldn't come out so easily, not with such light pressure. It should be better than the old one. How old are your old ones? This?
With a shell, a pile.
You say it's been a long time.
High 11.
These are brand new originals, nicely chromed, shiny, and they spin. Wonders never cease. But the wires, the tubes are pressed out of them. So what? Let's wait. So, a little update. We decided, of course, to turn it on. We tried it, as you saw earlier. For now, we just turned on the pump. There through some old power supply. And for now, without turning off my graphics card, and we'll power up the motherboard to see if nothing blows up.
Alright, so...
Let's turn it on for a moment. I'm still worried about those fans too.
It blinked just like it should.
But so much dust. It blew it out. So what?
The card is not connected to this device.
It works as usual, doesn't it? Fans? The fan is messing around there. Yeah, nothing else will work right now.
We need to increase the fan curve for better cooling.
So, what now? Do you have any debug info? Debug?
There's no rush.
No rush. Things look good. Your RAM used to light up, but now it doesn't.
Lift it up, no.
Well, there was something there. Alright, so what?
Maybe in earlier Windows it started up automatically when launched.
It would be. Bright colors. What's next? Graphics? And do you want to answer a bit more? Because I see these big ones here. Spaces.
You know, the most important thing is... I'll turn it off. Okay, I pressed it.
No.
One more time, just to be sure.
But she took the pressure.
And the pump is set to 5 now, right? Yes.
Do you want to lower it?
I don't want to open it.
Well, maybe that's for the best.
No, I'll just vent for now. I lowered it, then raised it.
Let it be visible. Difference is, we're connecting the graphics card. Well, the drive was added there too, because we turned everything on without the drive. Disconnecting. Should I start it?
What's going on? What's going on? Wait. What are you afraid of? Where do you have it?
What? No.
The bucket with water. What if there's a fire?
I have a fire extinguisher there. 3, 2, 1, let's start. Yeah. I didn't like that it squeaked. Even with the card, we didn't connect the hard drive. Oh, right. Digital visual interface. Now the cable is connected. Antenna to the socket.
It blinked. What does tie TT tie mean?
Dear Malziusz, a question for 100 points. What didn't we connect? What is it?
What didn't we turn on?
You had a full... Okay, the hint is that you said graphics card. Now tell me, does your graphics card work wirelessly? Well, no. And what kind of cable is needed for a graphics card?
A power cable.
A power cable and? Dear Malziusz, power supply and? Signal. Oh, a little to loosen up, because the card won't work like this. All right, plug it in.
Well, it actually works.
Something's wrong. No. With all this, what time is it?
Damn, home at 10 again. Well,
What is this? It's after 8. Looks like around 7 past, right? It'll be around 8:07. I was already worried, but that doesn't mean there can't still be a problem. But Razer helps. Because the wireless card failed. Alright, one more time. Another try. And no beep beep.
oh, it beeped.
And it works. You can rest now. Let's finish for today. Screw all these tests there. I'll finish the game benchmarks so we have a proper ending, then everyone can go to sleep.
No, we'll handle it now. I'm not coming back here for the 15th time. With the 30 KU package, yeah?
Yes. Of course, we don't really like the fact that there's a bit of air here. Yeah.
I'm leaving soon, going home.
It'll shake out, right? All right, I'll prepare the rest of the benchmarks here, and we'll show what comes out at the end. So, we're tired. Mariusz is already starting to relax, because it looks like everything we've done is working for now, and honestly, we just don't really feel like doing any more. We're doing these tests to find out the final result, to see how much more efficient it is on this processor. We bled it a little, we rocked the case. Unfortunately, we can't really show you much of that. Yeah. Disconnecting the power will definitely be better, because it takes 2 guys to lift the beast and move it a bit through. Change its position, right? First from one side, then from the other. The processor is bled again, because a moment ago it was catching those bubbles that were coming out here. We don't like it, but for now, that's how we did it. And that's for those old fittings from Mariusz, which hold better. And there's another thing. It looks like we need a bigger radiator than what we have, because
It's getting warm.
it's getting warm.
If you look at it, the graphics card is 350W, the processor is 105, that's already over 450W.
So yes, everything's definitely working. Oh, the light is bright, we're tired. Everything works, we're satisfied in that regard, because nothing got damaged, there was no short circuits, so that's a relief. However, now we have a problem with high temperatures, which are caused by the very fact that, again, just like before, the fluid is extremely hot. You can even see it here, it's starting to steam. It's hot, this is hot, this is hot. The inlet is great, you made it hot. The outlet is also hot, and you might think that, of course, the radiator can't handle it, but this is ice cold, it's ice cold there. At this height on the radiator to the first fan, it's ice cold. Here, it's just barely warm. So the radiator is airlocked, and I wouldn't be surprised if actually the first time...
The air escaped once, well.
Okay, and what did you do?
I connected that external one.
Okay,
The external pump and power supply.
well, there's just a lot of air in the radiator, and that was also one of the first reasons why the pressure went up. And of course, those original fittings were terrible. That's one thing, but something had to give one way or another. Those were coming off a bit, but they could have stayed on. Mariusz, only one bubble of air came out. What about the rest? Really? Will the radiator start getting warm from the bottom? It's cold, yeah. It's freezing. With the radiator, it's probably not fully bled because
It's very cold, but it's hot at the top and on the way back, which shouldn't happen.
B.
If it's cold at the bottom,
So, the inlet and outlet of the radiator are hot, but the radiator itself is quite cold at the bottom.
it's very cold. It's
Freezing cold.
No.
That's why we have high temperatures, but we still ran a test to be sure, even at high temperatures, so it will be better. However, I did 3 runs in Fortnite, I aggregated them, and here you have a comparison of the 5600X with the 3800 processor, as shown here. 277.5 frames up from 243. We now have 1 FPS, which is a big jump, about 40 FPS higher than before. 2/10ths of a percent. Well, not much has changed. As for Assassin's Creed, we started taking measurements, but the colleague we got the game from is playing, and we can't reach him at the moment, so Marius will probably finish the test himself and will know how to aggregate the results.
well, the video will already be attached. Yes.
Well, I'll try to attach it and maybe I'll be able to bleed it at home. But tomorrow we both have to work and it's 9 in the evening and we've been here since, I don't know, 11:30. So in the morning everyone has to get up and for now we're finishing again, just like last time, right? Also before work and also on Sunday, 10 o'clock.
It was, yeah.
Although there's one upside, my friends, that I'm at home and I'm going to take a shower and
I have a 20-minute drive home. 20?
minutes through the M50, yeah? And you saw how much fun it is with water cooling, custom water cooling. To recommend or not to recommend, maybe air cooling next time. Thanks. All right, take care then. See you. I hope that if you like this episode, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see something casual, simple, maybe more of these in the future, that
Let me know.
comment, like, and subscribe.
We sleep differently. There will be other plans. Bye-bye. Good morning, my dear ones. A summary. So I started Manor Pawełek and I finished work. Recently there were big problems. Big problems, stress, burnout, especially ours. Rushing, being distracted. And then what you saw in the video, you saw everything, wherever. Anyway, the problem was that metal plate. That metal plate, it's dented in one spot. I have no idea if it shifted during assembly or if it somehow got knocked over anyway. It was causing such a big drop in water flow and high pressure, which appeared here at the card's outlet, and that leak you saw. Well, fortunately, just as people said and as I always believed, I was reassured. The fluid that's used for cars, for radiators, doesn't conduct electricity, so the patient got up. He's doing well. Right now, I'm playing Manor Lords from our fellow Paul here, who made us a cool game. Right now, it's without a limiter. At the moment, 350W for the graphics card, 340 the processor, a bit less. You can see here that the processor is used less. 100 frames per second, everything on Ultra. Everything is at 100 here. You continue. Oh, it's spinning around 100, 110 degrees, yes. Processor, graphics card, 56, 57 degrees. At home I have 23 degrees, so it's very warm in the house. The processor doesn't reach 70, 65, and I've been playing for a good few hours. What else do we have? I think we have everything. So, well, water cooling is not for people who, let's say, have nerves. That's one thing. Second, we tightened everything. We checked everything 3 times. This is not my first setup and definitely not my last. And yet something still happened. Well, thank you very much for your attention, and I recommend myself and Pawełek for the next videos. If you like it, give us a thumbs up, and we have a plan for another test.